This conference will now be recorded.
Excuse me.
This
We have started.
conference will now be recorded.
We have started with the DML yesterday. So now we're going to see Visual Force Apex example. Okay. So we covered DML insert, update, delete yesterday, right? So we'll see some scenario in Visual Force page. I need an application. I need an application to get the account record. And we are going to have a button to initiate the insert operation. A button saved to initiate the insert operation. So get the account details and insert it. So what are you going to do in the controller side? When the page is loaded, then I should have this input text box to get the input for name, phone, rating, industry of an account. Right? Normally, how will you insert an account record in your Apex? When this is done, then you'll refer name equal to, then you'll give the name value. Right? So then you'll give the phone. So only when the memory is allocated, you can assign a value to the field of the class. You can assign value to the member of the class. Unless a memory is not allocated, you cannot assign a value. So when the Visual Force page is loaded, I'm going to assign a value. Then the page should be the input box, the text box that you are going to use to get the input should have a variable pointing to a.name. Am I right? Should have a variable pointing to a.name. So here we are going to use input field equal to, we already covered this, then just recap the things like this. So when you can refer this variable, only the memory is allocated. So how can you allocate a memory for the variable when the page is loaded? Only within the constructor. So inside the constructor, we are going to have this. What are you going to have? Account A equal to new account. Am I right? So inside the constructor will have. But to refer the variable A, this should be a public variable. So you have a public declaration with a get set. So inside the class, you'll have all this declaration and memory allocation inside the constructor. So what next we are going to do here? When a user click on a save button, then I would like to insert the record. So we are going to have a insert save method or whatever method you like to name, save, then inside which we are just going to have the DML statement, insert A, that's all. All right? Because once the memory is allocated, we are going to refer each and individual field of your account object to the respective the input field here, a dot name, a dot phone number, a dot industry, a dot rating. Then user enters the value, then click on save button, then the method will be invoked. Right? So method is invoked, then we are just executing the insert statement. Record will be inserted. In case if you'd like to redirect to the different other page, then we are going to use page reference class, right? We already covered that. So we should have a return type page reference and redirect the page to the respective detailed page of the record we inserted. Okay, so just a simple example of how to insert a record using Apex. I think we are covering this in the first time, right? We are not covered this scenario. Maybe that insert record and redirect to detailed page using page reference, we already covered. Did we already cover this part? So this part I already covered, right? This example. So once the memory is allocated, so that's a variable name we given. To that we allocated memory so that I can refer this variable. So this is what I got. I'm going to insert a record, and so we're going to call a method. So what method are going to call? Public void. Any name you can give. Insert. All right. So I'll give the value here. And save. The record is inserted. Record is inserted. But how to redirect to other page? It should be a page reference method. All right. A dot id. Then return reference. So once the record is inserted, it will be redirected to the detail page. All right, people able to follow this? We are going to cover that scenario. We are going step by step. Okay, now what I'm trying to achieve here, how to insert account and contact. How to insert account and contact. Okay, so here the block, the section, the first section is going to get account details. The section below, we are going to get the multiple contacts. Last name, first name. Okay, phone, email, etc. So we're going to get multiple contacts below it. So once I click on save button, so in your construct, in your Apex side, first you have to insert account, then you have to insert contact. Contact for this account. And any error occurs, any issues occurs, I would like to throw error message. Any problem occurs, I like to throw error message. Okay, so these are my requirement. I'm going to get account as well as contact. Going to insert account and contact. First, I'm going to insert account and then contact. Then, if any problem occurs in the DML or in my transaction, I need to throw my own error message into the Visualforce page. Got me? So that's my requirement. Same thing I'm repeating here. I make it void method as of now. I'm going with input text this time. Right, so I have one more section. I'm going to have one more section for my contacts. So this section for account and this section for contact. So this is how I got. Basically, it takes a home tab style automatically. So we'll go with account or contact. Okay, just giving the look and feel of your block. Right. So how to hide this sidebar? Make the sidebar as false. Okay, we got a better page now. Right now, we are going to get multiple contacts. How we are going to get multiple contacts? If you are referring more than one record, then that's going to be a collection. If you are going to refer more than one record, that's going to be a collection. Okay, so our objective is to get multiple records. Our objective is to get multiple records from the user, from the UI. Then it's going to be a collection, list of contact, not just one contact, not just one account. We're going to have a list of contact. Yes, you can use data list or anything, but the here point is what type of variable you are going to declare at the apex side. So apex side, we are going to have list of contact. Am I right? So for this, we allocate a memory. So memory is allocated. So what is my objective? When the page is ready, when the page is loaded, I need to get the input box here. Okay, two contacts I need to get. At a time, I need to get two contacts. So I'm going to have two rows here. So what I can do here, now the collection is empty. Now I'm going to insert two element into this collection, a two record into this collection, because I needed two rows here, right? I need two rows here. See, I have a collection here, list. So we are going to refer that collection here. I can use any of the a looping component. I go with the data table, contacts, and are equal to C. Then I can use a column component header value to give the label, and value attribute is to refer the field of the object. This will do it. But what happens here? I don't get an input text box. Why? Because the column component is just to display the data, right? So hope you all remember those things, right? So inside the column, we need to include the input component, value equal to C dot last name. Then we need to have a header value. This is a header, that's it. Okay. Why the text box still not appearing? Because there is no element into this collection. There is no element into this collection. So how many box we need? We need 2 rows here. So first, let's insert one element to this collection. How we are going to insert element? Contact C equal to new. Now we are going to add this element to the list. Contacts dot add C. Will follow this? I get a box now. Earlier, we do not have any element into this collection. It's an empty collection, so we are not able to bring a text box in the UI. Now, when you add one row, one element, I'm able to get only one element is there, so one text box. If I add one more element, I have to repeat this. Am I right? I have to repeat this. C2, C2. Two rows are added. We'll follow this. Okay, so this is a data table. I can apply the inbuilt CSS attributes to add a space between the cells. Am I right? Cells and wall. I can add some cell padding attribute. So I have some proper arrangement here. Similarly, I can add other fields as well. Everyone able to follow this? So I get the row like this. Got me? I can enter 2 contacts at a time. So some of the statements are repeated, right? You can custom optimize this code. You can optimize this code by just going with a separate method, public void add counts or something. Okay, add contact. So inside this method, I have this statement. And I call that method add contact. Okay, either way it's going to be same. Why do I have this have this code in a separate method? Because if I need to add additional contact, I need to add more rows here, right? For account, I need to add more than 2 contacts. I should have one more row here, additional rows here, right? So how to add more rows here? So we need to call this method. This will automatically add the rows here. How to call this method? From here, maybe I can include a button at the top or else to the section. So let's have a common method, add rows or something. Okay, add rows or something. Let's going to have a common method here. Maybe we'll add a page block buttons, command buttons. Add contact rows. Method added, rows are added. So at a time, two rows are added, right? Because the method has two rows, right? So you can get rid of one, and so now when you need to add more than one contact, then you go with add rows. So the entire page is refreshing now, right? So how to avoid that? I'll go with the re-render attribute. I'm going to re-render. We'll follow this. Is clear to all of you? Let me proceed with the how to insert the record into the database. Everyone is good with this? So why did we move to another method? Because we have optimized this code because we have a separate method to add more rows to the contact section. Okay, now how to insert the data. So we're going to include a method to insert a account then contact. So I name the method as insert insert rex. So I name the method as a common method name. First we have to insert account, then we are going to insert contact. So now how we are going to insert? We are going to insert the list. We are going to insert. We are going to insert the list. So when you insert the contact, we are not going to insert just last name, first name, phone, email. We are going to insert a contact for this account. Whatever account we are going to insert, for that account we are going to insert the contact. Okay, we have seen how to insert a record for related parent, how to insert a child for related parent. So what does ID, what does a relationship field use? Use the field account ID. Okay, so this field you have to populate. The last name, first name, phone, email for the contact you get from the UI. But what about the account ID? Account ID we are not going to get it from the user. We are going to refer from the record we inserted, the parent record we inserting in the same transaction. So here we are inserting the account. So when my contacts is greater than 0, it means any contact user is inserting, only then we are going to have a we are going to populate an ID field for each and individual contact, right? We are not sure user may insert one contact or multiple contacts. User may insert one contact or multiple contact because we have option here to add rows here, right? Suppose user insert 3 contacts, then we need to first check whether a contact has any element. Then we are going to add for every contact, we are going to move a.id to the respective account ID field. For each and individual contact record, you need to pass a.id to the field account ID, right? So it's a collection. So how will you refer one individual record in the collection? One by one, we need to use for each loop. Okay, we'll follow this. for contacts. What should be on the left side? The variable contact type. C dot account ID equal to A dot ID. So every contact is going, right, it's going to be inserted for the account we insert in the same transaction, right? So once this done, then we are going to insert. So we'll keep inside this. So when you are going to insert a contact, only if the user has given any contact for that account, if user not given any value to this contact section, then I can ignore this completely, right? If I don't include this statement, what will happen? The DML will fail. The DML will fail. If you don't include this statement, if the user not entering any contact, then what will happen? This DML will fail. It will throw an error. We'll follow this. This is what we are trying to do here. Want to add rows, I can add more rows here. Repeat for each loop once. I don't get you. Okay, first thing, before we do this, I need to call this method as well, right? Explain for each loop after checking the size. I don't get you again. You want the explanation again? You want me to explain again the how did I do that? Right. We'll walk through it. No problem. So when I say this, okay, we are not redirect to any page. So record must be inserted to capture info, and we got two contacts inserted. Right. So in case, right, you want me to repeat? Yes. See here, I'm going to insert an account and a contact in the same page. So we created the page like this. We get a parent record at the one section and a child record at the another section. Our objective is to get one child or more than one child record for the parent. So we make it as a table component. We make it as a table component, right? So the table component, how the table will display, we have a column and rows, not like the individual element, right? We have a label at the left side and text box. This is the one record. It's a one-dimensional entity. It's a multi-dimensional. It means more than one record. Okay, so we can enter one child record. If you want to enter more than one child, we can add rows here. So how did we add this? We make it as a list and then we iterate the list using data table. So when the text box will appear, when the list contains some row, right? Only when, how many row, if you like to display 10 records, then 10 elements would be there in the collection. I need only one row in the beginning. then at least one row I should add into this collection, right? So I just added one row. So we are going to add the list is of contact type. So we are going to add a contact element, contact type element. Okay, so only one row. So why did you move here? Because this right, this is the same method we are going to call from add rows method as well. Whenever you would like to add more contacts, then I'm going to repeat the rows. That's the reason we moved here. And the same method is being called from constructor, so that when page is loaded, a row will be displayed to get one contact in the another section. Okay, right. Once the user enter the data, when the user enter the data and click save button, then a method is going to be called is insert rex. So insert rex, first we are going to insert the parent, then we are going to insert the account. Check if user has entered any contact record. So that's the kind of check we are doing. Okay, so then assign the parent ID to the relationship field. Unless if you don't do this, what will happen? A contact will be inserted individually, not for this account. The reason we pass parent ID. So the same transaction, I can just refer the parent ID with a.id, right? So that's how we'll do it. Okay. How to throw?
So,
I would like
Ravi,
to throw. Yeah.
yeah, on this only, C dot account ID equal to A dot ID we mentioned, right? So for all the child, same account ID will be added, okay?
Yes, that's the objective, no? We are inserting, getting the contact for on the same account only. Yes. That's why I put in a loop
Okay.
statement.
Okay.
Right. Okay. And how to throw the message to the UI on successful insertion of the account. I would like to throw some message from my Apex side to the controller. So from my Apex side to the UI, I like to throw some message here. A message maybe account is successfully inserted. Right? A message maybe an account is successfully inserted. So the key part here is how to throw message from Apex to VF, Apex to Visual Force page. So this is an example for inserting a parent account with child. Now we are going to see how to throw message from Apex to VF. User defined message, our own message. Okay, there's a two rule here. Rule one. Did we cover this part? I don't think so. We covered this part. Rule one here is there's a class belongs to namespace called Apex pages. There is a class, system defined class belongs to the namespace called Apex pages. Okay, what is namespace? Namespace is nothing but a library. You can say it's a library or a package. Okay, and that contains the classes and its definitions. It means they are going to relate the related classes. They are going to uh, Apex page message topic we covered, Vijay. Okay, then I straight away, right? What is the rule actually in terms of revise this topic? We need to Apex pages dot message, and we are going to have two arguments here. Apex pages dot we are going to set the severity. Am I right? Maybe information or success message, whatever, and your information you have pass your information here, right? Your message, say successfully inserted or whatever. So next rule is the same rule. We are going to use add message, and we're going to pass this. That's it. We're going to do two things here. In my Visualforce page side, I'm going to have a page messages component. We're going to include this. That's it. And I can throw error message. I can throw any message from my Apex side. So, and successful insertion of account and contact. I would like to do this, right? So, Apex pages dot message new severity dot. I go with confirmation message and right, some message successfully inserted. Add messages. I'm going to pause here. Message. Okay. So enter right. So now the second rule is we will include page messages. Then once inserted, we are going to re-render the block. Right? Right. Say this. Get a message here. Okay. Once a message I got, I would like to reinitialize. Of course, we do. You can have a reset method, or you can initialize all the collections. Right. Once it is successfully inserted, you can reinitialize all the collections. Okay. Right. And entire block, entire DML, you can also include inside a try catch block. Put inside the try catch block. If any error occurs, we're going to catch the exception using a generic exception class. And so this time we're going to have an error message here. Okay, so error in processing, something. Okay, so here you see these two things are repeated, right? See, these two things are repeated. How to avoid the repeated things? You can keep this statement outside, right? So you declare this just code optimization, right? So you declare here, okay, and then we will follow this. Just a code optimization we are doing. Yes, we have to do like this. Okay, anyway, just a simple optimization. Okay, I think I do not want, yeah, maybe repeat this. Okay. Right, we'll move on to next example. Do you have any questions? People, everyone is able to follow this? We'll move on to next story now.
Ranjit,
Okay.
I have one quick question.
Make it fast.
Yeah, just now we added that error message, right? Suppose for one parent, I added multiple child, and out of 10 child, 2 got failed or 2 got error. So is there any way to throw error for a specific 2 child
That will be
records?
that will be covered in the database method. Okay, so that's what we have, two different types of DML operations. When you have 10 records you're inserting, some of the records are failed, then how to process that? In the case of your DML statement, any one record fails, none of the record will be inserted. So that's difference we'll cover in the next down the line we'll cover that part.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
So the next story is we're going to um, display the accounts and we're going for updates. Okay, we're going for update scenario. I'm going to display ratings, industry, annual revenue. Okay, so this for to update the account. So this is how we are going to repeat the rows. Right, this is how I'm going to display the existing record from the database. Suppose I have 10 records, I would like to display in a block. So we can limit the result by 10 in the apex side so that I can display 10 records. Now the requirement is I'm going to modify the industry or annual revenue or rating, whatever field I would like to modify. I would like to change from existing value to new value. Suppose I would like to change the rating field for the first record from hot to cold. Okay, from hot to cold. Then I need to update this. So what happens here? I have multiple records I'm displaying here. Am I right? I'm displaying multiple records here. I'm displaying multiple records here, but I'm going to modify only this record alone. Only modify only rating field for the first record. Okay, then I'm going to have an update button here. So user click on update button, then we are going to update. we are going to update the data. I hope you know how to update one individual record. Maybe I will give that example quickly. How to update one individual record. It's quite simple because we are going to just we are going to run against one individual record. Update A. The A is maybe just a one account variable type, account A, right? But what I'm looking for, suppose I modify the third record as well. So more than two records I modified. Then in your Apex side, we are going to update a collection, maybe the account list. You will follow this. That's what we have seen in our a notepad example, right? Earlier, without Visualforce page example. So updating a list, not just one record. We are updating a list. So we are updating only the selected record here. Only when close date, when your stage name is close last, then update this. Only when close date, okay, for the other than close last, if the system close date is today, then update this. So select a record we are going to update. So how to update these selected records here? Because I displayed at a time 20 records, for example, but when I click on update, all the records will go to the update list, right? how to update only the selected records here? So for that, what you're going to do, we're going to include a checkbox to each and individual rows. A checkbox. Okay. Then user decides. Let's only update this field. User decides. Okay. There are multiple ways you can approach this, but the approach what I'm what I'm explaining here is more important approach, which will help you to implement most of the solutions in real time. Most of the solution real time by using a concept what we are going to discuss now. The concept is nothing but a wrapper class. Using wrapper class, we are going to achieve this. So how we are going to achieve this? We are going to include a checkbox in each and individual rows. We are going to include a checkbox. People follow this? A checkbox we are going to introduce. So here in my Apex side, only the selected rows we are going to update. How we are going to know? How we will come to know the selector row has been selected? This is going to be a flag variable. Checkbox is nothing but Boolean variable, right? Checkbox nothing but Boolean variable, and we have account variables and some Boolean variable. Okay, you know how to display a list of account. So this is going to be a list of account. In your Apex side, you are going to declare a list of account. So using list of account, I can bring this field: name, rating, industry, annual revenue. But what I'm having now, I'm going to have one more a Boolean variable called a checkbox type of Boolean variable I'm going to add along with the list of account. So now my data table is going to refer not just list of account. My data table is going to refer a checkbox as well as an account type variable, account type field. Now the value is going to refer not just the data table is not going to just refer a list of account. We are going to refer a type a type with a account as well as a checkbox. You will be able to follow this. So without checkbox, what is your type of collection? The type of collection is going to be a list of account. So now we are going to include a checkbox. So here I have a Boolean type. So now how to make the Boolean and account variable as one collection? How to make the Boolean and account type as one collection? So together I need to make a list. Together I make like a list. Okay. So list of account is a predefined data type. List of account. Account is a predefined data type. But now we are going to make our own data type. We are going to make our own data type. Maybe list of account wrapper. This is my own data type. Okay, how we are going to make this own data type? You know how to define the user defined data type? It's nothing but our class, right? Public class ACC wrapper. So what I'm going to have here, a Boolean variable, say flag, and I'm going to have and one more variable, public account A. So now I created my own data type. A wrapper class, nothing but a collection of data members. Wrapper class is nothing but a collection of data members. So now I created my own data type. Now can I make a list of account wrapper? People able to follow this? All of you? People able to follow this? Okay, so I did like this. I declare one a class. I declare one a class. Then now I'm going to use this class ACC wrapper AW. That's how you create an instance of the class. Am I right? This all create instance of the class aw dot flag equal to false. So we are going to assign a value here to account a variable. So first I have to create some a1 dot name equal to okay, and then aw dot a equal to a1. So now I created one instance of this class, wrapper class. So wrapper class is nothing but contains the data members. The wrapper class contains only the data members. Okay, we are going to make our own data type. We are going to make our own data type. See, we have a predefined data type, Boolean account, but we are assembling together different data type. We make our own data type. Got me? If you are looking for any predefined product, the product is a predefined product, okay, which cannot be customized. Your Boolean account cannot be customized. But this is a product we assembling ourselves by assembling the other predefined products. So Boolean and account together we are making our own data type. Now using our own data type, we declare a variable and allocate a memory, and then to each and every member we assign a value. Now one instance is created. Okay, similarly I can create any number of instance, aw1, any number of instance I can create like this. Am I right or wrong? You will have to follow this. Then what next I can do? I can make one collection, list of ACC wrapper, list of wrapper now. List of wrapper equal to new list of of wrapper. Then what type of element I can add into this collection? Only the wrapper type, right? What I can add? I can add AW. I can add AW here. Similarly, I can add wraps dot add AW1. So two instances I created, right? I add AW and AW1. Once I added this, you tell me if I refer this in the data table here, I get checkbox in every row as well as account record also. I will get a checkbox in every row as well as account record also. So how many rows I will get here when I refer this in your data table? 2 rows I will get. For every row I will get a one flag variable. For every row I'll get a one flag variable. If user select any of these rows, can I iterate this collection and choose only the flag which is true, only for that record I'm going to perform DML in the controller side. Now we got it. Why did he make this collection as a wrapper class, wrapper collection? Because I need another variable. The variable is not part of your account object. The Boolean variable is not part of your account object, right? The Boolean variable we are going to add along with the list of account collection. Okay, so data table value attribute is going to refer a list of account earlier, but now I'm going to refer a list of ACC wrapper, because every row I need one flag variable. Why I need? Because when users select the rows, only selected rows I need to perform a DML update operation. So how will you identify the selected rows? Every rows I need to capture the Boolean true or false. So now I can able to iterate this collection, and only if the flag variable is true. When the flag variable is true, when the user select any of these rows and click on update, then I can check this collection in my controller side and iterate it using for each loop. Okay, and I will only get the records which have been selected by the user. Only to those records I'm going to apply the DML. People able to follow this? All of
Yes,
you?
sir. Yes.
Okay, right. Let's go with the simple wrapper class. Just to define our own data type. With a combination of different variables, I make my own data type. Right? This variable is of wrapper class type that itself contains different variables. It's a class concept. That's it. But we are just looking into this in different perspective. It's a class concept only. Okay. How will you assign a value? Again, you're going to create an instance and assign a value to the member variables. It's a class concept, but we are looking into different perspective in order to implement this type of scenarios where I need a different variables along with along with my predefined type, data type, account type, along with the account type Boolean. Okay, so if this is the cases, we can make any type of collection, not only Boolean account. Suppose I have a requirement to display a total number of account, total number of account name, and total number of contacts for that account, total number of cases for that account, total number of opportunities for that account. Okay, so I may have 10, I may have 100 accounts in my organization. Okay, for 100 accounts, I need to display a total number of cases, opportunities, every child. Okay, a total number of child for each account in the form of table. when you form a table, then we are going to use a looping component, data table, page block table and all. And in that value attribute, we are going to refer one collection, right? List of. That list now is going to be a wrapper type. We know how to display the list of account, list of cases, list of opportunity individually, a list of integer, list of primitive. Okay, predefined data type, but we are making our own data type, list of our class type, the list of our class type, right? Which is referred as wrapper class. So that wrapper class can have any type of different variables. We make one collection. That collection can be referred in your UI. Got me? We're going to make this as a get set. Why? Because we are going to refer this in our UI. Sorry, we're going to make this list of wrapper, right? This is a class we are going to use this. So you can see a wrapper class is a kind of reusable data type, right? You declared once, anywhere you would like to use this, you can use that. Why you declare as get set? Because we are going to use this in your a data table component. Right, ma? You follow this? New. Right. So how do you insert element? So we need to create one instance. That's what I've seen in the paintbrush, right? AW1 equal to new. Okay. Then AW1 dot flag say false. Okay. So one variable is declared for account. We need to create one account record first. Am I right? Then AW1 dot account A1. So make one element, then A2. Okay. Just making then adding this into this list AW1 and add AW2. Then if you iterate this in your Visualforce page, you should be able to get a checkbox as well as an account variables. Okay, right? Can you try this in your side as an exercise? All of you can try this in your side in exercise and try to display the table. I'm running short of time. I just give the wrapper class the things. So you need to use Visualforce page and display it in the form of table. We'll continue with it tomorrow. You will follow this. Hello, I can respond. What do you do now? You just display that wrapper list in the Visualforce page. That's all. Can you try that part in your side? Okay, chalo. So we'll meet tomorrow. Thanks to all of you.